Hello, my name is Raymond Garchevsky, and I am a living Christ. Today I have a most important message. It is rather complicated, so pay close attention. It's based on a piece that I wrote in regards to the massive satanic campaign that has been launched for 23 years against this living Christ to discredit him, to destroy his reputation, his credibility. And they have failed, and they continue to fail. However, this living Christ is being attacked by all of the satanic forces that are at hand, which control life on earth, civilized life. They control you. You are all under mind control, yet you don't know it. You see, you will rebel at anything that contradicts what is going on. You're being lied to. Your whole life is a lie. You're living an illusion. You're living in a world of illusion. You have your duality of ups and downs, and that's normal for you. That's what you consider normal life. That is not normal life. That's satanic mind control. You're responding to ideas and concepts, superstitions, myths, legends, all illusory factors that you worship. They become the foundation of your life. And you are being conditioned to keep them every day, every moment of your life by the media that controls the ideas that you hold in your mind about what's going on in the world. And it promotes taking a side, opposition. That is the satanic intellect at work. And you are all under its control, under its influence. Now, the title of the piece that I'm going to talk to you about here is your U.S. government. Yes, your U.S. government, which is merely a corporation. It isn't real. It's a de facto government, you see. It is not a de jure government, an original government. You have been hoodwinked into believing that a corporation is your government. You are beyond the corporation, you see. You are the creators of government. But government has created a fictional reality and has created you a fictional person. And that is the only individual that government has control over, has jurisdiction over. You see, it's a fiction, an illusion. And you have consented to being that fictional person through your birth certification. That's the first lie that you must come face to face with yourself to understand what I'm about to say to you. Because what I'm about to say will break loose the control of satanic mind control over you and has done so for your entire life, where you consider yourself a citizen by consent. You consider yourself a person, which is a dead entity, by consent. That is what puts you under the control of your satanic government. They own you. They own everything about you. They own your children, your money. They own your estate. You see, because you are considered to be a dead person, they have control over your estate. Now, how's that for throwing yourself into hell with your own consent? Now, let's get on with this issue of why I am so worked up over it. This has been going on for 23 years. And all of the forces, the satanic forces that control your minds, have been at war with this living Christ, this simple man of truth. You see, you've been lying, you've been living a lie. Everything you believe in is a lie. And I offend you because I expose you to the lie, and although you will not agree with it, and I have no problem with that, but you certainly will feel the contradiction that arises within you and the anger that arises within you. The audacity of some man who calls himself a living Christ, a simple man of truth. You see, that's all a Christ is. He's not your Lord and Savior. He's just a simple man. And he walked among you, among your ancestors, some 2,000 years ago, and that was made him different from everyone else of his time. They, like you, were followers of the mind control that grasped their consciousness, their intellectual duality-based consciousness that separated you, that created duality too. It divided you. It separated you from others who had different ideas and put you at war with them, always arguing, always fighting, always going to war and killing each other for profit and fortune. And they used you to support that war effort. They used your energy through the banking institutions, through the religions that you believe in, through the corporations that serve you. You see, they control you and they strip away from you your energy until you have nothing left more. Then you're discarded. They create soft kill programs to get rid of you. It's going on all the time right now under your noses. Yet either you are afraid to face it, or you can't believe it's going on because you are so living an illusion. Now, the title of the piece is Your U.S. Government Intelligence Disinformation Operation Still Fails in their focus upon discrediting this living Christ. If you look at my videos and listen to the content, they don't match the views, the world views. That's the control I'm talking about. I bring to you your salvation, and you disregard it in favor of defending your hell. Now, this article starts out by saying, "Attention, President Trump. It is time for you to put up or shut up." Let us see how honest the national press is in publishing this message. Or shall they continue to bury all the comments made by this living Christ? I have shattered the satanic hold on the minds of the American people. It is unbelievable that such story of a living Christ who lives amongst you and has broken all of these satanic mind control spells which have enslaved people since the beginning of time is not news. Yet that's how I am regarded. I am the best kept secret of the American government, the U.S. government, the media, and all the satanic forces within the religions, institutions of religion, banking, and corporations. Now, I ask you, are the American people that far gone that they have lost souls in return for satanic enslavement? Now, see how this is done below. You see, I'm quoting from an article by a government disinformation agent who goes under one of the many aliases as Posties Lean, but is in fact Chadwick Stone, a government disinformation agent. And then the line of the subject of the article is, "The living Christ stands alone in a civilized world." I suggest you read that. You see. Now, in relationship to that, Chadwick Stone, also known as Posties Lean, says that Bernie Faster, that's spelled P-F-A-S-T-E-R, socked up as Arkent3 at earthlink.net and blithered. Here is the original statement that was made by Posties Lean / Chadwick Stone. Pay attention to how professional disinformation operators, liars, operate. He says, Bernie Faster socked up as Ray Karchevsky and bellowed. Here's the edited statement made by the same disinformation, Chadwick Stone. Bernie Faster socked up as Arkent3 at earthlink.net and blithered. Both statements were made by Stone. Note how he changes Ray Karchevsky into Arkent3 at earthlink.net, then accuses me of hiding behind an imaginary sock puppet, all of which were constructed by him, you see. Can you see how deceitful and intriguing your government agents are in trying to discredit the living, simple man of truth, Christ? He, Chadwick Stone, and his disinformation cohorts for the last 23 years have laid low until recently, when my videos are now waking up people as to their living superiority over their fictional government, and are ganging up on this living Christ, trying to trip him up with one single solitary contradiction in essence in 23 years. You see, I am living Christ. I speak truth. I am truth. And no such contradiction can be found in anything I've said in the past 23 years, aside from those that are constructed by disinformation agents, such as this article that I'm referring to at the present time. So far, they have failed to discredit me, to destroy me. And that's why they have declared me to be dead. Now, that's the point. Am I dead? Am I an imposter? An FBI investigation would clarify that in a nanosecond. You see, he, Chadwick Stone, and I'm losing myself here. Let me go on. Okay, it says, "Do you not see that following God's law, which is do no harm and tell no lies, gives one complete sovereignty, protection from the power of all of these satanic, fictional government's efforts and its courts? I walked away from a 40-year prison sentence merely by rejecting their sentence when they convicted their corporate structured person, Raymond Karchevsky, whose name is spelled in all capital letters, but that's not me, it never was, you see. When they could not prove jurisdiction over this living man, I proved they had no power, no control over any living man or woman without that man or woman's consent, which has made them into a person, then places them under the control, the satanic control of government. Now, why can't you see that what I have done as a living man, a simple man of truth, the Christ, that you can do also, because you have that subconscious mind, which I go into my many videos, which have views of double digits. Are the American people, are the people of the world, because they're worldwide videos, so dense so as not to see the truth. Some people do, but they are few and far between. You see, most of you are content to live your hell of duality. Now, a legion of Satanist mind controllers cannot stand up to the single man of truth. The records that are found in the internet search engines over the past 23 years will prove that out. Now, I ask you, does not that tell you how incompetent the fictional government really is? Again, I ask, what the hell is wrong with you people? You enslaved people. What are you afraid of? Now, Chadwick Stone, under the alias of Posties Lean, quotes me when I speak to another fictitious mind controller who identifies himself with the fictitious name of Valar. And I say to him, quite a satanic hypothetical judgment on your part, is it not? When you have heard me calling for a following, when have you heard me calling for a following or calling for an organization in my name? Methinks that your organization of disinformation agents are running scared of this living Christ. Stone goes on to say, speaking of masks, what are you hiding behind? Quote, Arkent 3, end quote, instead of posting under your usual sock puppet. You're asking me, I respond to him, Raymond Ronald Karchevsky, why a fictional character of your own creation, which is Bernie Faster, P-F-A-S-T-E-R, should forge an email in my name and expect me to explain it, you see. President Trump is the CEO of a de facto corporation acting as government. You're wearing out my patience. If you cannot or will not act on this national scandal going on for 23 years by ordering an FBI investigation into the crimes which have been committed against this living Christ for the past 2 decades by this de facto government corporation at the federal level, at the state level, and at the county level. I just have to acknowledge that you are just another government phony. Sorry to speak so harshly to you, but as I say, you're wearing out my patience. Your actions shall speak louder than your words, you see. Order an investigation proving that I am a fraud, or acknowledge the fact that you are participating in this satanic attempt to control this living Christ, you see. You are my servant. I am a living man, and you, by your oath of office, have placed you as a person, a non-living person, and you have jurisdiction only over other non-living persons. Nowhere in your rules, man's law, is the word man or woman inserted. That tells you that you have no jurisdiction over any living, breathing, flesh and blood, sentient, natural man or woman who has not consented to give you jurisdiction. Now, I suggest that all of you who are listening to this read my articles on my websites, arkenterprises.com and lisarayenterprises.com, and watch my videos and take action, because you are the government, not President Trump. I will leave you with that. If I've seemed worked up to you, I am. Thank you.